All right, guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, you enjoy daily gaming content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Not too much stuff here to talk about because it is the end of the year, and this will probably be the last time that we talk until 2024 as we're going into New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day on Monday. So I hope everybody does have a great New Year's, but we will just quickly talk about this article here and then look at the lineups for PlayStation and for Xbox going into 2024. So first of all, we know that previously in January of this year, NetEase and Blizzard, they had cut ties. They weren't able to renew a deal to make sure that people in China were able to play Blizzard games, specifically games like Diablo and Overwatch that they did enjoy playing, and all of that was cut off because Blizzard didn't re-sign a deal with NetEase. And now that Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard, it looks like those bridges are being mended and there will be a new deal that is going to be struck to bring back games like World of Warcraft and Diablo and Overwatch into the Chinese market. It says here, this is from xfire.com, and they say, it looks like Blizzard and NetEase are restarting their partnership after the former was acquired by Microsoft as part of the Activision Blizzard deal. Reports suggest that a new deal between the Diablo and StarCraft developer and the Chinese publisher will mark the return of Blizzard titles to the region. This is according to a new report from the Chinese news site 36KR, where Blizzard and NetEase have struck a new licensing agreement to return to the country. And as we know, they stopped and suspended all of their services back in January of 2023 as they failed to renew the licensing deal with NetEase in 2022, and left tons of people without access to very popular titles, like they say here, Diablo 3, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Diablo 4, and now people were having to use a VPN to actually go ahead and play these games. So that looks like it's all going to be fixed now with Microsoft coming in here and striking up a new deal here with NetEase to make sure that these games are playable in the Chinese market. It continues here. It says a follow between Blizzard and NetEase also caused quite a stir outside of the region, with executives from the Chinese publisher accusing the North American studio of negotiating a 6-month extension while talking to other publishers. And then they ultimately rejected Blizzard's contract offer. So there was all of that was thrown in there as well. Now, again, this isn't 100% official, I do not believe, but it looks like they are in talks and they are going to come to some sort of deal, and these games are all going to be back into the market. Which at the end of the day, if you're Microsoft, you still want to be making the money off of that market. I don't see why you wouldn't want that, which is why I'm sure they're happy to rebuild their relationship here with NetEase. And NetEase is huge and they continue to grow. And now they're going to be out there and trying to publishing all these Activision Blizzard games. And I wonder if this has to do with people like Bobby Kotick leaving and executives at Activision Blizzard that are no longer going to be there going forward. And maybe this made these negotiations being able to be opened up again. I'm sure there was some tough negotiations as they were getting into 2023, trying to get that deal done before the start of the year. And obviously that didn't happen, but things are completely changed over now. There's a whole new negotiating leadership team that is behind the scenes with Microsoft and Xbox now owning Activision Blizzard. And I feel like that probably plays a pretty big role, especially if they have previous relationships in the region over there. So this is just one of the big things that has been changing and will change going forward in the gaming industry as Microsoft has come in here and acquired Activision Blizzard. All right, so 2024, it's looking and shaping up to be a massive year for Xbox. I mean, we know a lot of the games that have been announced to come out in 2024. We're still missing release dates for a lot of them, but it is shaping up to be an absolutely behemoth of a year, which is crazy to think about after how great of a year 2023 was. And I think right now, going forward, we are going to continue to have huge years. I think we're going to have at the end of every single year, looking into 2025, 2026, 27, and beyond, we're always going to have a ton to be excited for on the Xbox platform, just because of the sheer numbers, the amount of studios they have. Now with Activision Blizzard coming in there will always be new stuff for Xbox gamers to play. But let's quickly take a look at what we can expect, focusing mostly on games that are going to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem, with a side one here that isn't exclusive, but I think very cool that it is dropping into Xbox Game Pass day one. So, I mean, we've already talked about yesterday the games that we know are absolutely confirmed for January right off of the bat, and that's Turnip Boy, Rob's a Bank, and Go Mecha Ball. Turn a Boy coming out January 28th, and then Go Mecha Ball January 25th. Both smaller games, but look very cool. I'm sure we'll get announcements for way more stuff coming out in January in the new year shortly, probably next week at some point with the Game Pass announcements. Then we go down here to February 2nd, and Persona 3 Reload is coming to Xbox Game Pass day and date. Now, obviously, this is a multi-platform game, but I still think it's just crazy that Xbox has been able to create these deals with Atlas when previously all their games just skipped the platform. Now, not only are they on the Xbox platform, they're coming into Game Pass day one. And I think that's huge. A lot of people are going to be excited for this game. JRPG fans, Persona fans are going to be checking this one out. It's going to be one of those games that's played probably all around the world where Game Pass is available. So I think that was a huge get for Xbox. Then we go down here, and lots of these don't have official release dates. And again, we will get these release dates throughout 2024. But 33 Immortals, this one is coming out onto Xbox Game Pass, and it looks great. I mean, this is that 33 co-op rogue-like game where you're going to be able to team up with 33 people. I don't know how crazy those matches or those runs are going to look when you have 33 people on the screen going through here and trying to take out the enemies. And it looks very good. Graphically looks good. The combat looks like a ton of fun. A lot of people are looking forward to this 33 Immortals game. Remember, this was shown off at the Xbox Showcase in 2023 and had a lot of people talking, which this wasn't even one of the biggest games that they showed off. So I think that was a really good showing here for 33 Immortals. Then we have Age of Mythology Retold. That's coming to PC. So if you're an Age of Mythology fan, you're going to be able to jump into that. Arc 2 is coming out, and we just recently got the confirmation that it is still coming out in 2024, and they're calling it their next masterpiece. So we'll see how that shows up. Avowed. Avowed is a big one here. Now, this is one that I do believe is going to come out in 2024, but I wouldn't be surprised just with all of the sheer amount of games coming out from Xbox if they did push this one off to early 2025 or something. But Avowed is a huge game coming from Obsidian. A lot of people are looking forward to this one, and there is a lot of hype surrounding it. I think this is one that for RPG fans, for people who liked the Outer Worlds, their previous RPG that they've worked on and stuff, who liked Fallout New Vegas, like all of these games that Obsidian has created, this is all going to come together with Avowed, and I can't wait to see it. I mean, this one people have been looking forward to for a very, very long time. Got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That is coming out, and that's going to be an improvement on 2021. So for all the Flight Simulator fans, they're going to have a fun time playing that. Got Hellblade 2, which we just saw the recent newest trailer at the Video Game Awards. And I mean, I think this is going to be a showcase for the Xbox platform graphically. It looks like they've definitely upgraded the gameplay elements, which was my biggest thing with this game, is that I was kind of bored of the first Hellblade. I'll be completely honest. I'm not the biggest fan in the world just because of the gameplay was boring, but the atmosphere and the graphics, even in Hellblade 1 and what they were going for, the concept was very cool. I think Hellblade 2 is going to be just way bigger because it has the backing now of Xbox and Microsoft and the resources and the money and the time to be able to put this thing out. And I mean, they've said it in older articles, they're going to make their first game look like an indie game. That's going to be the difference when you're seeing Hellblade 1 versus Hellblade 2, just that vast difference in the extra stuff that they have within the second game in all aspects of it. So I can't wait for that. Got Stalker 2, which is confirmed now, I believe, for Q1 2024. This is one we're going to get right off of the bat at the beginning of the year. And I am extremely excited for this one, just from everything we've seen from the gameplay perspective. It's been a long time coming for this game to come out, so I can't wait to see how this game does officially end up. They've got Towerborn, which is that side-scrolling 2D graphic art, hand-drawn style, I guess you could say, a fighter action RPG. I can't wait for this one. These are some of my favorite games. I love those types of games. I've played games like Dragon's Crown, which was really cool. Odin's Sphere, which I really enjoyed. So it looks like it's along those lines. I love those style of 2D action RPGs. And there's a bunch of other stuff like Still Wakes the Deep, which we got shown off at the Xbox Showcase, which is that horror game that's also coming to Game Pass. You have Replace, which is one that's been delayed a couple times, but looks phenomenal. The futuristic side-scrolling action adventure platformer style game. I mean, it looks really, really good. I mean, we could take a quick look at what this game is all about in terms of just the screenshots of it. It has some of the coolest art style I think I've seen. I mean, the cyberpunk stuff, like, it's just awesome stuff here. So I can't wait for a place to eventually make its way out. So lots, and this is just stuff that we know about. Well, I get another one. I'm looking at this Flintlock Siege of Dawn, a game that I'm very, very excited for. A third-person action adventure RPG with really cool looking graphics, really cool looking combat. We just take a quick look at some of the stuff in here in terms of how it looks. And this is one, as soon as I saw it, I was excited for. So lots here from Xbox, and not just from third party. I mean, they have a lot of first party stuff that we know of, and there could be more coming out. Like, if you think about Clockwork Revolution, I wouldn't be surprised if that made its way out in 2024. And South of Midnight, there's rumors out that that's going to make it out in 2024. If Hollow Knight Silksong, which we're waiting for when this one is going to be coming out, and I'm guessing 2024 is going to be that time. So that's going to be another one jumping into Xbox Game Pass. Dungeons of Hinterberg, which they showed off at the showcase as well. Just so much content here from a first party perspective and from a third party perspective from Xbox. 2024 is going to be phenomenal. Now, we don't have a roadmap for PlayStation, but they finally gave us kind of a roadmap here for 2024 of what we can expect on the PlayStation platform. And there are 0 first party games. So everything essentially you're going to be playing on PlayStation in 2024 are going to be third party publishing deals. Even if they are exclusive to PlayStation, they're not coming from their first party studios. And I think that's going to be very disappointing for a lot of people, for people who only want to play their first party games on PlayStation because it's not their main platform. You're not going to get any of that. But I have to say, there's still going to be lots of great stuff here to play. Now, they highlight a bunch of games, and I guess even some of these aren't even exclusive because they highlight here Tekken 8. The demo's out right now, phenomenal. It looks like it's going to be a great fighting game. They talk about their Deep Earth collection for the PlayStation 5 accessories. So if you're looking to upgrade the way your PS5 looks with more faceplates, those are something you can take a look at. Now, here is where the first third-party published game, or the first third-party exclusive game published by Sony, is good. They talk about Helldivers 2, and I have to admit, I enjoyed the first Helldivers, and I think Helldivers 2 actually looks very, very good. So this is a cool title for PlayStation to have, and it looks like it'll be fun to play. I will probably end up checking this one out just because I was a fan of the first one, and I want to see how they're going to be improving upon it with number 2. It looks like it's going to be a far better game than the first Helldivers, so that's going to be pretty cool. They talk about their new Pulse wireless headset. That's kind of a theme here that they had in this blog post, is they mentioned a couple of hardware things like the Pulse wireless headsets, and then the actual Earth collection, Deep Earth collection for the PS5 accessories. Now, the next one here, this one's going to be massive, and obviously this is a Square Enix game. We know all the exclusivity stuff with Final Fantasy VII. Still waiting for Part 1 on Xbox, whether that will ever come or not. It's kind of doubtful at this point, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so Part 2 of the trilogy that they are making for the Final Fantasy VII remake, this is going to be a huge release. And I know it's not first party PlayStation, but this thing is going to sell like crazy, and people are going to go out and buy PlayStation 5s just to play this game itself. So this is a huge get, I think, for PlayStation, and it's going to be a huge release when it does come out here in 2024. This is coming out February 29th. So at the beginning, relatively soon, right? Like, February is 2 months away. You think about it. And February is a huge month of video game releases. This is going to be one of the biggest games released in February and this year. Then we have Foam Stars, which I don't know how many people are actually excited about this, but this is essentially Splatoon. If you ever played Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch with foam, it's the exact same concept. It's a multiplayer shooter, and you are shooting foam with different colors and trying to get advantages on the map and stuff. There's different weapons, and you can like traverse and, like, I guess, surf through the foam. So probably not going to end up playing this one. This was kind of a joke when they showed it off at the PlayStation Showcase. It's one of their big games, but this one is coming in 2024. Here's another huge game that is, again, a third-party game but exclusive to PlayStation. That is Rise of the Ronin. and this comes out March 22nd, 2024. Obviously, Koei Tecmo, a game similar to like a Neo, and in terms of the style of game, it is the action, and I mean, looks looks great. I mean, it looks like a ton of fun. Probably one that I will want to play at some point. Don't think I will get to it day one when it releases. Comes out March 22nd, but definitely looks like a great game, a Koei Tecmo game. They're always fun to play. So this one will be another big game for PlayStation from a third party perspective. Then we have Stellar Blade that now has officially, I guess, been confirmed for 2024. And this is an action RPG, and I think looks really, really cool as well. Again, a third party. And they don't give an official release date, but they did come out and they put it in this blog post, which now have people excited that it will be releasing this year. So that was pretty cool. Then you have Destiny 2, The Final Shape, which is what they announced here for June 4th, 2024, coming in PS5 and PS4. So that's PlayStation's roadmap. And I think there is a stark difference between Xbox and PlayStation in 2024. And I mean, it's obvious. I mean, there's no first party content here on PlayStation. And when you look at what Xbox has coming out exclusively from their third parties and then also exclusively from their first parties, it seems like it's going to be another way better year on Xbox than it is on PlayStation from a games perspective. And that's just the reality of what we've seen. I mean, you had Spider-Man 2 in 2023 from PlayStation first party, nothing else. And I guess you also had the free DLC at the very end of the year, which was kind of cool for God of War Ragnarok. And then on Xbox, you had tons of first party stuff, and we're going to see more of that going into 2024 and beyond. And we still haven't had any confirmation or any news yet about Activision Blizzard games that are going to be dropping in to Xbox Game Pass to add on to all the stuff that's already been announced. But either way, it's going to be another phenomenal year of gaming in 2024, and I can't wait to jump in and play a bunch of this stuff. The first party stuff, the third party stuff, the multi-platform stuff. There's just going to be so many games to play. We are really in a golden age of gaming with quality games continuously coming out. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below what you're most excited for in 2024. Happy New Year, everybody, and I will catch you guys next year. And again, thanks for watching. Thanks for always tuning in every single day to Boom Network to watch the news.
Bye.